Our sky cam out here at Busch Gardens. Wes Sargentson, who is one of the news anchors here on Channel 8, also is a field reporter, one of the best, and he goes out and discovers things that people don't even know exist here in the Tampa Bay area. And every now and then, Wes says, here's something you got to check out. And he did this about this particular company that he had found in Ybor City. And here is what Wes had to say about the company. Let's take a look.
The Creatures of Delight store on 7th Avenue in Ybor has only been open a week, and already tourists cannot pass the place without going in. Inside, they not only see an array of characters and products that are a result of the fertile mind of Tom Copian, they see a trailer for his syndicated cartoon TV show that debuts next fall, and they meet a man on a mission.
By next year, we'll be on watches, pajamas, alarm clocks, electric toothbrushes, umbrellas, backpacks, fanny packs, creatures. We're doing puppets. We're going to be in Rice Krispie cereals in Europe. Starting in January, we're doing a promotion with Shell Oil in Europe.
18 companies have already licensed his 70 different products. Disney wants to license the plush latex fabric he makes them out of, and by next fall, Creatures of Delight will be on TV.
It's a big success, but it's still, nobody's heard of us yet. So we're kind of like in the middle. Like we've got a lot of people working on it. We've probably got about 200 people actively working in different companies on designs, on PR, on promotions.
When the cartoon hits next fall with these delightful creatures, parents will be glad they are around, because the star of the show, Jay Amberson, is into sports like volleyball, is the president of the student council, gets good grades, he's everyone's friend, and everyone comes to him for advice. And his friends are mischievous, but not bad. Meanwhile, at the world headquarters, Tom Oliver Copian and his partner David Barkley and their friend Sari Berkovitz are squishing out new characters, new products, new designs every day that we're probably all going to buy for our kids.
And there you go. There is one of them as we speak. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Tom Copian, the man who's about to become very rich and famous, the Bill Gates of our Tampa Bay area. I want to, if you can, just follow me over here and take a look at some of the products that you have here from the store in Ybor City, because I don't think people are aware. These are, for the most part, a lot of these things are like bags and backpacks and things of that nature.
Yeah, what we found was I came up with this material when I was working in the basement of my parents' house when I was a kid, and it was just like paper mache. And what we found was that it makes great cup holders, pencil holders, backpacks, and bags. And the cool thing about it is we can actually make a creature thing that looks like a creature, but it actually holds things, and it you know,
like right there.
You wouldn't even know that it was actually a bag until you picked it up and you looked. And a lot of people think they look like paper mache because they're made kind of the same way as paper mache.
Except these are like rubberized. I mean,
yeah, it's a rubber and fiber as opposed to a paper mache like flour and water and newspaper.
Now, what about these little ones that are already boxed, the grudges you call them? Tell us about these little things
Okay,
right
these
here.
guys, we have 6 of those, which are now available at Walmarts all over the country. We also have them at Toys R Us regionally, different parts of the country, and they're doing a big promotion in England with the Sun newspaper in them. And they're made by a company in Sri Lanka, and they make them almost the same way we make them, except they make them in Sri Lanka, and they, have a bunch of Sri Lankan, like 800 Sri Lankan people sitting down, hand painting and dotting. They've made a couple 100,000 so far.
But are you picking up a little of each of these that are made? I mean, when these are sold, I mean, is this potentially going to take off as some major company here in the Bay Area?
Yeah, well, actually, it really has. We think it has the potential. Right now we have. When Wes did the story, we had 18 companies. Now we're up to about 22 companies. Plus, we have a cartoon coming out next year that's going to be shown all over the country. We're going to be in Walmarts and Kmarts, so it really looks like it's going to be a really big thing. We own all the rights to the patents, the trademarks, the designs, all of that, and we license them out. What it basically is a lease. They use them for a specific time, and then they pay us kind of like a rent to use them, plus a part of the profit.
Isn't that kind of in reverse? I mean, in the past, you've seen a movie that was successful or something like that, and then they turn around and market the idea. You've come up with a product here, and now you're going to turn it into a cartoon.
Yeah, usually what happens is a TV show spawns the merchandising and the whole merchandise. But what we did, I always just made creatures and sold them, and they became really popular, and we found out that there was a market for them beyond the handmade ones that we were selling, and that turned into a cartoon and everything else that you're going to see.
Well, look at the size of this thing. Oh, this is pretty heavy. What is that called?
That's Weatherwax. He's one of the main characters in the cartoon. He's Jay, Sylvia, and Weatherwax are 3 of the main characters. Jay and Sylvia are brother and sister, and Weatherwax is basically Sylvia's pet.
Reminds you of your TV repairman right there. All right. I tell you what, Wes was mentioning this material that you use, this mysterious material. Wait until you see what this mysterious material is next on Harrison Company. Don't go away. Tom Copian is our guest for the Creatures of Delight. Now, he mentioned a little bit earlier, it all began when he discovered this fantastic secret material from which you can make all of these things. And can I say what the secret material is? Certainly nothing from space age.
It's paper towels.
Paper towels?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
It's all based on paper towels. It's just like paper mache. We either use a mold or a form, or we can make a material with batting, paper towels, latex, and we can turn it into a material like this that can be cut and sewn, and that's how we make all our backpacks.
Boy, and that just feels like rubber, but it's just the paper towels
with
with
latex. It's just paper towels
over it.
and latex. I mean, it's the easiest thing. I mean, I did it in the basement, and now if you come to Ybor and see the store, you'll see we just do it right on tables. I mean, there's no fancy machinery, nothing like that, even overseas. It's all done by hand. And we can sew bags and put a lining in it, do the whole thing.
Yeah, here's a bag made of paper towels and latex with a lining inside. Now, you go from that. Once you've got that done, that's the basic bag, and then you come to this part.
Then what we do is we take a plaster mold and we pour latex into it, pour it out, squish more paper towels into the rubber, and then when we pull it out, we've got what would be the face of one of the backpacks.
But again, it's made out of paper
It's just
towels,
paper towels,
and latex.
basically.
But you've made the creature, you've created the creature out of plaster, right? And then you make the mold.
The mold was, the original creature was made out of modeling clay that you can get in any craft store or art store, and then we just pour plaster all over it and make a gloppy mold.
Tom, you are, what a genius. And then we come down to this part, go from there to here. You've got this is the bag with the face put on it, and
it's attached with just paper towels again. I mean, it's the same exact thing right over again.
Isn't that amazing? The paper towels on the side right here going down like seams on the side of this thing.
And then we'll add feet to it or whatever else. These are two of the feet that have to be trimmed and attached. And then after we do that, we just squish latex all over it. We just take some more polyester, stick it in the latex, and squish it all over and get it all over. It gets really messy, but not on the bags, just on us.
And
then paint it, put straps on it, snaps, and you've got a backpack.
Voila. This is a backpack right here with the snaps and the bag in the middle and the whole thing. What is something like this going to sell for now?
Okay, the mass-produced ones are a lot lower. Right now, we're making handmade ones. That's about $150 because we have to make the material, do all the different steps.
Yeah.
There's a company already working on making them. They'll come in at $30. They're making variations on them for $13, and they're in Kmart's now and different stores like that. But, you know, our handmade stuff at the store right now is a little bit higher because we actually make it and we sign it. It's a, you know, when the cartoon becomes really big.
It's a piece of art.
Yeah, exactly.
How long before you start driving that big Rolls Royce? Could be any time soon. Thomas, you are indeed an entrepreneurial genius, and we wish you all the best in Ybor City. More manufacturing here for the Tampa Bay area. It's Creatures of Delight. If you want to get any further information, you can call them at 248-4167. And Wes Sargentson, again, was right. Tom, thanks for being with us on Harrison Company. And we'll have to do this again sometime. We'll be back in a moment. It's game time on Harrison Company.